Hey, so today I'm going to show you how I style my wavy hair. I'm also going to just give you step-by-step information on how I do it with lots of details. So if you want to go ahead and follow along, you can pause whenever needed, but you should be able to style your hair at the same time as I am. Okay, so first thing is I am just washing my hair with shampoo. I'm scrubbing it with my nails. I just like to get a lot of blood flow going in my scalp just to help encourage hair growth and just it feels rejuvenating, so I love it. So after you have washed out your shampoo, then you're going to move on to conditioner. I am very generous with the amount of conditioner that I use. I just want to make sure that it gets distributed evenly throughout my hair. I focus on the ends first, and then I work my way up to the roots and also underneath as well. But just run your fingers through your hair and just try to get it as distributed as you can. All right, so this next step is just brushing through the product through your hair. It just helps in keeping it evenly distributed and also just helps get out those tangles. I find that having conditioner in my hair, it's just easier to run that brush through. Here I'm just adding a little bit more conditioner because I want to squeeze conditioner through my hair, so make sure your hair is wet and just make sure you hear that scrunching noise. All right, so I just got out of the shower, got my makeup on, and my hair has just been up in a bun. And so I'm gonna go ahead and take out my hair first. And before I begin styling, I wanna make sure that my hair is super wet. So like you almost want it dripping wet, pretty much soaking. So I'm going to use my spray bottle. My hair did dry a little bit as I had it up in the bun. I mean, this has probably been 30 minutes since I've showered, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it pretty wet. Brush all the way through. I already brushed through my hair in the shower. Just get all the tangles out, but I wanna make sure that my hair is pretty wet first, so I'm just gonna brush through my hair. And early girl, the only time you want to brush through your hair is when it's wet. You don't wanna brush through it when it's dry. Unless, of course, you're like straightening your hair. Okay, so here's the sound that you want to hear. Hear that? Okay, so that tells me that my hair is wet enough. Okay, so first thing is I am going in with this Marc Anthony Curl Cream. I'm gonna divide my hair in two, so I'm gonna apply this on one side and then do it again on the other side. So I'm gonna go in here, rub it in. I'm just gonna run my fingers through my hair. You don't want to put a ton at the top, just because you don't want to weigh down your roots. But just go ahead and work it through like this. And then you can also use the praying hands, which is basically just putting your hands together like this and sliding down your hair. Work that through. And I mean, I still have some on my hands, which is totally fine. Kind of get up here in the front. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay, rub it in. And just work it through. I feel like my hair parts more to this side, so I've got more hair on this side. So I actually use a little bit less curl cream for that side. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and ensure that I've got it in the back real well. Praying hands. Okay, so I'm gonna use this CURLSMITH Hydro Style Flexi-Jelly, and I'm gonna do the same thing as far as distributing it through my hair. I'm pretty generous with the amount that I use. I'm also gonna spray a little bit of water on this just to kind of help activate it. Rub it in my hands. Gonna work it through just like this, my fingertips. Make sure you can see that. Work it in real well. Praying hands again. So basically you're gonna wanna use a curl cream first, and then you're gonna go back in with any kind of gel that you prefer. There's lots of great ones out there. The other thing is, like, each hairstyle, type of hair, type of curl needs a different product. So for me, it's just been kind of a trial and error of what works for my hair. But I do notice that the biggest thing is just getting it distributed evenly, no matter what the product is, getting it distributed evenly through your hair. That's like the biggest part, I feel like, in styling and making sure that you don't have a lot of frizz. All right, so now I'm gonna divide my hair in two.
This next step is the brush styling technique, and there's kind of a lot of involved in it, so just stick with me on the details and I'm going to teach you quite a bit here.
This is my Denman brush. I have the smaller travel size, which I really like, just because it's easy to take with me if I am traveling, as well as just the size for storing, and it works well. So you want to have tension when you brush through. So like I push my finger and pulling as I'm pushing the brush out. So I'm basically pulling with my finger to create tension. And then I'm pushing the brush out. So here we go. Watch it again. Pull. And this is going to help create those curl clumps and give you the defined curls that you're looking for. Instead of just, you know, sometimes if you don't brush through, for one, it doesn't distribute the product evenly. And two, you kind of end up with some frizzes. So this really does help define your curls. And like anytime, if you're styling and it's like, oh, my hair already feels like it's drying, then just go ahead and spray it some more. No big deal at all. Just spray it with some water. But this tension is what you really want. I think that's a great clump right there. The tension is what you really want to get those good defined clumps. Then also to make it more, your hair more voluminous, to have more volume, you're going to want to brush your hair up and out like this instead of brushing it downward. This is going to help pull it off of the scalp and give it more volume. All right, so I've done the back, I've done the sides. Now I want to get this part of my hair, which I feel like is some of the most important pieces. So all I do is brush it up. And if you want to section these even more into more divided up sections, you are more than welcome to just clip them. So all I do is go straight up with it. You don't want to go out to the side, to the back, or to the front. Just kind of go up. That's going to give it the volume it needs.
So you're just going to repeat these steps on the top portion of your hair, and once you get all the way through your whole head, you are done with this step.
So now all you need to do is add a little bit of water to my hands, and you're just going to go in and scrunch. And again, you want to hear that crunching or scrunching noise, just so you know that you've got enough water in your hair. And now I'm just gonna you can take a cotton t-shirt, you can use a microfiber towel, whatever you have, but all you're gonna do now is scrunch again, but you're gonna try to get out that excess moisture because we've done the styling part, now we just need to get it to dry. And this is just gonna help it dry faster. You can also, at this point, micro plop if you want to kind of help the curl pattern, like make it a little bit curlier. That's what I find it does for me. And also, if you have time to let it just sit, it'll help it dry a little bit as well, just by, you know, soaking up extra moisture. Okay, you can kind of see where we're at. It's looking good.
All right, this is the diffusing part, and this is where patience is involved because, you know, it just takes a while to get hair dry. So I use speed 3 just to try to dry it as quickly as possible, but I only use the level 2 heat, so like medium heat, just to prevent heat damage. So, and the first thing I do is hover. This is gonna help dry your roots first, and then after you get, I'd probably say a few minutes of hovering where you feel like your scalp is dry, to move on. The rest of the time, I just take the bottom of my hair, bring it to the top with my head tilted to the side or upside down for added volume.
Okay, I would say my hair is about 95% dry. The way you can tell is just take your fingers, kind of squeeze like this. And I feel a little bit of moisture on the thicker clumps, but I would say it's pretty close to being able to finish out scrunching out the crunch. So what I'm gonna do first is take my diffuser, and while it's on, I'm gonna kind of do this
to just add volume and kind of help scrunch out that crunch. And then I'm going to go back in and hand scrunch it. So I'll show you how that's done. Now that that's done, you can tell it's added a little bit of volume. Now you can add an oil to your hands if you want, or you can just take your hands and you're gonna just gently scrunch out the crunch, which all I'm doing is just squeezing my hair and just taking that crunchy cast, the gel cast out, which really, I feel like this product, the one that I used, this hydro style, doesn't leave like a crunchy residue, so you really don't have to do this too much. Just maybe where you feel a little bit of it. And then also, if you would like more volume to your hair, I've kind of got my part going here. If you'd like more volume to your hair, take your fingers, or you can do a wide tooth comb and stick them under there and just kind of pull a little bit. Not much, because you don't want to break your curl pattern, but you're just gonna go under and gently pull, and then just find where you want your part to be. You can also flip your head upside down, shake it around, scrunch it again, flip it upside down, and we're done. One other thing, if you feel like you want more shine to your hair, that's when you can add in a serum. Like, actually, I like to use jojoba oil. If you feel like you have any frizzies, like right here I've got some flyaways. It doesn't take much, like one squirt. And just kind of smooth that through your hair, scrunch it a little, gently, smooth it through. And there we have it. It's like, they're super soft, defined. This is definitely my go-to method for my curls. I'll show you the back, how it turned out. Underneath is pretty, I just feel it, feels so soft. So go ahead and give it a try. Let me know how it worked for you and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.